Hello, Christy here from MyScrapbookEvolution.com. Today we're going to be working with another type of found object, product packaging. Specifically, we're going to be working with items like this box that can be found in gifts that we give to someone we care about. This type of method works especially well for children, and with the holidays coming up, likely your kids have asked for a specific toy that they want, something that's special to them. If it's clothing, this will work as well, depending on the labeling for the clothing, but this works really well for something like this box. And you can see here, this was actually my son's birthday, and he asked for this Minecraft creeper, and he's holding the box here in the photo. So I can use the box for a variety of things. For color inspiration, the palette is already selected for me. I can make my own custom embellishments from it. They've already marketed it, and the title here is in the font that everyone looks at this, they recognize it as Minecraft. I can fussy cut items from here to use for the title. Smaller items like this little creeper can be cut out and used as an embellishment. I can punch embellishments from extra areas here. If something is too large, like this lid is pretty big, you can kind of see it here. Let's just go ahead and cut that off. If it's too large, but it's kind of cool, you can scan it and make it into a smaller size, print it out on some cardstock or matte photo paper, and make your own custom embellishments. Now I know that I want to use this front portion here as a frame. You can see I can just put my son's photo behind it. So it's just going to be a matter of me cutting the box apart and preparing it for use on the layout. Now the packaging can also give you clues as to the type of embellishments that you can use. In this case, the elements for the box are very large, and that means that I probably won't need any additional pattern paper. I may want a few dimensional items. There is a specific motif or shape that often accompanies a toy. In the case of Minecraft, you could say the shape is the cube, or the block, or the square that is used to build items in the Minecraft world. If this were, say, Disney princesses, or your child has a doll, or some type of stuffed animal, you could use whatever it was on the packaging. Like if it was princesses, there would be a crown and maybe some flowers. That would all give you clues as to the other embellishments you could pull from your supplies that would complement the packaging itself. Now in some cases, you're going to want to remove portions of the packaging. If there's any wording that you don't want on there, like for example, say I didn't want this or the Jinx logo here, I could cover it up with additional items like say tape or a border. In some cases, like this has the plastic, you can kind of see it shining there, and it's up to whether you want to use that as part of the packaging. I can make it almost look like my son is inside the box himself, or if I want to just cut that away, he might be able to just peel that off very gently like this. And now I've got an actual frame that I can use directly on the layout itself. Product packaging can really be a time saver. As you can see, I've got a basic design right here that I can use for a layout. The only thing I'm going to need are a few dimensional elements here and some journaling. So product packaging can save you a lot of time in that it can inspire everything you need to select to make a layout for your child about their special project. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a few items and then I'm going to create the layout for you. You'll get to see me in process. I've gone ahead and done a few things off screen to sort of speed the process up. I've fussy cut this little guy out from part of the product packaging. I'll be using him in an embellishment. I've gone ahead and matted my photo with cardstock and I've placed the frame over the top. Now you can simply glue it down. What I did, you can sort of see it right here, I've added strips of chipboard, which I got from the back of a paper pad, and it just sort of lifts the frame a little bit off of the mat, providing a little more dimension, and it will also allow me some spaces here where I can tuck things underneath a little easier. These are not pattern paper, these are the lids that were part of that box that I showed you earlier. So I'm just using them right in the design here. It'll sort of just carry it right through. In some cases you may need to customize embellishments a little bit. I knew that I wanted a square button to add dimension, but I didn't want to use red. I went ahead and painted it green. I used some distress paint. And to keep the paint from chipping back off, you could also use acrylic, but to keep the paint from chipping back off of the button, I've covered it with glossy accents. It'll add a little bit of shine to the layout. I've also cut down my own square wooden block. This is just a piece of balsa wood. Balsa wood cuts so easy with a pair of scissors if you get the right type of balsa wood. And I'll be using that on the layout as well. Just going to glue those on. And then I'll be able to put my journaling here and place this little guy on here. But I want to decorate this just a tiny bit. And it's very easy also to just draw on the balsa wood. I'm just going to kind of sketch a border. Now some markers will bleed a little bit. This is a Bic Market. I find that those and Sharpies work pretty well overall. They will bleed a little bit, and it just takes a little adjusting to understanding how much it will bleed. So you may want to take a scrap piece of balsa wood and experiment a little bit on your own before making the exact embellishment to go on to the layout. But if you were to mess up, it doesn't go through, so you can just use the back side of the balsa wood. So I'm just kind of going over the line again. I want the ink to bleed a little bit and make a thicker line here. And I'm using pink. It's sort of unexpected because this is a boys layout. And it's also involving Minecraft, and the basic colors for Minecraft are the green, gray, black, brown. I want something a little unexpected here. I'm going to try to layer some tape over this card before I add the creeper. And what you can do also with like tape or ribbon is if some of the areas bleed too much on the card, you can just cover those up a little bit. They won't be as noticeable. The pink works really well for me because my son loves Minecraft so much. And for me, color isn't really about whether it's a boy or a girl. It's more about emotion and feeling. I'm just going to keep layering up. This tape roll's never been used. So layering up the tape. And I've just pulled the colors of the tape that I wanted to use from the colors I used for Minecraft. There we go. Just add a little bit over here as well. Because I don't bring the adhesive all the way to the side, it makes it easier for me to add in items underneath. When I layer, I can just lift areas up and tuck things in. It just sort of carries the design through. So now it's just going to be a matter of me gluing everything down and adding the journaling. I'll share the completed layout with you at myscrapbookevolution.com. You'll also be able to see this layout with other layouts featuring how to document gifts at debbiehodge.com, and the exact link for that article will be found below this YouTube video or in the article at myscrapbookevolution.com.